Detachment, the law of not giving a fuck, and how this law, this ideology is going to change your life. I started implementing this in my life, and this is how I manifested large sums of money to go. This is how I manifested business class flights for basically £2. This is how I manifested a job at Porsche the other day, can I just say, like as a receptionist part-time. And I didn't take it because I was like, I don't need this, someone else can have this, because it doesn't really, I don't need it that much, and also it's too far a drive, can't be able to drive that far. I was literally standing outside BMW the other day, and the day before I had said to my boyfriend, wouldn't it be fun to work at Porsche because I just love Porsche cars? And he was like, yeah, it would, like you'd probably really like that. And I was like, yeah, that'd be fun. Next day, I'm taking my BMW in for a service, and I'm standing outside, and there's this guy next to me who has a Porsche t-shirt on. He obviously works for Porsche. And I just kind of laughed myself, but I was like, huh, how uncanny the universe is. Anyway, he starts talking to me, and then we just start talking about like what we do and all this kind of stuff. And then he was like, well, would you want to, like, we're looking for someone on the weekends, like for cover, would you want to do it? And I was like, yeah. We exchanged numbers. I got in contact with a manager. I had a call with like the HR lady, like to come in for an interview, or like just to see how, if it was aligned. And we spoke, and you know, they're basically ready to give me the job. And it was just wasn't aligned, but I was like, you know what, there's a silver lining in this. My friend is looking for a job, like let me see if she wants this, because she lives 10 minutes down the road, right? But as you can see, though I didn't take the job or didn't need the job, because I was so detached, and I literally was like, oh yeah, that would be fun, but like I don't really care either way. That opportunity literally appeared the next day, 24 hours. Like that is how the law of detachment will change your life. The other day I won a competition, and you can do like an experience day, and like a couple months before I've been looking at like drag racing or something, and I was like, oh my god, that'd be really fun. What do I win? Use my tickets on? A drag race, lap race thing that I can use, an experience day. Like this is how crazy law of detachment is. When you just stop giving a fuck, you stop caring, things will happen at like a magnetic speed. All of my manifestations that I have been calling in, being a kundalini activation facilitator, I was so obsessed with a certain school, and it wasn't until I was like, you know what, I don't care anymore, like it doesn't fucking matter, don't need this, like I'll see if I can train with someone else. I got into that other school straight away. I had the best fucking time of my life, can I say, and I saved myself a ton of fucking money and stress, because that school that I wanted to do, the whole brand fell down like the next day, like a week after I'd finished. The whole brand like was finished. So the law of detachment is just not needing, not wanting, or not having. And one of my greatest excerpts that I love is from this book, Reality Transferring 78 Days Practical Course in Creating Your Own Reality by Vazim Zealand. So this is not my stuff, but his stuff is amazing. He has a bigger book that goes into it, and it's about dropping importance, which is basically the same thing as law of detachment. All unbalanced emotions and reactions like indignation, dissatisfaction, irritation, anxiety, worry, depression, confusion, despair, fear, pity, dependency, lust, oversensitivity, idolization, admiration, delight, disappointment, pride, conceit, contempt, repulsion, resentment, and so on, are all the result of overstating the importance of things. Pendulums, which are, he describes them as like an energetic thought form that kind of takes us over into thinking certain things, hook you up on these strings and turn you into a puppet. Dropping importance does not mean battling with your feelings and trying to suppress them. It means addressing the cause, the underlying attitude. You have to reach the point where you can see that importance leads to nothing but trouble. Then deliberately reduce the importance you attribute to things. Interpretation. Problems as such do not actually exist. All that really exists is an artificially inflated evaluation of the importance of things. When a person becomes aware that their problems are illusionary, they can intentionally reduce the importance of everything that continuously troubles them. No, do not play down their meaning, just reduce their importance. Watch the game from a distance, soberly and impartially. By reducing importance, you will instantly return to a state of balance, and the pendulums won't be able to control you. In the empty space you free up, there'll be nothing for them to hook up. This doesn't mean that you have to have a heart of stone. Emotions are born of an attitude, and so is our attitude, which should be changed. feelings and emotions are just an effect. Importance is the only cause. Let's say that in my family there's been a death, a birth, a wedding, or some other significant event. Would the event be important to me? No. Would I be indifferent? Likewise, no. Do you get the difference? I would not publicize the event into a problem or drive myself or others around me mad because of it. A strong deviation towards outer importance breeds fanatics, and deviation towards inner importance, idiots. So basically what he's saying is, when you overly give something your energy and say that it's so important, you're giving need and want energy to it. So you energetically make it's like a distance. You energetically create a distance and imbalance of energy to that manifestation, to that thing that you are wanting to call into reality, therefore making it harder for it to come into fruition. The camera died, so I'm switching to my iPad. But what I was saying was, when you drop importance, and this is why law of detachment works so well, is when you drop importance and you stop giving and needing and want energy. You say, I don't need this, I don't want this. And he also states in this book, God does not need or want, God intends to have, because God does not need to pray to have something, it already is that something. Excerpt from his book, which I really love, is number 3, a child of God. There is a small particle of God in every one of us. You are a child of God, and your life is God's dream. By shaping your own reality with the power of intention, you fulfill God's will. Your intention is God's intention, and this is the case. How can you doubt that your intention will be realized? All it takes is to claim the right. When you ask God for something, it is just the same as if God has asked something of himself. Can God really ask something of his or herself? Is there any one person alive from which God would ask for something for his or herself? God just takes what he wants or she wants. Do not ask, demand, or strive. Shape your own reality by way of conscious interpretation. The world is a theatre of dreams in which God is simultaneously a member of the audience, an actor, a scriptwriter, and a producer. As a member of the audience, God observes the play that is unfolding on the stage of the world. As an actor, God feels and experiences everything in the same way as the character whose role he or she is playing. God creates, controls reality through the intention of all living things. God placed a part of his will together with the soul in every living being and then sent them out into the dream, into life. God gave every living soul the freedom and power to create their own reality by the measure of their awareness. Practically, all living beings are meant to use the power of intention consciously and with its clear purpose. In a state of non-lucid dreaming, it is as if they were vaguely aware of wanting something without really knowing what exactly. Their intentions are therefore blurred, vague, and mostly unconscious. In this respect, man has developed little more than animals. The pendulums have not only succeeded in taking away people's awareness of their own abilities, they have perverted the very meaning of the life, replacing the notion of being used of God with worship, whereas in fact the true goal of life and the idea of service of God consist in co-creation, creation together with God. So basically, when you realize that you are the creator, that God, the universe, however you want to see the higher power, has given you the power to co-create, to be like, this is my intention, it is happening, you then will get it, because you don't need to look out for something else to receive that. There's another excerpt, and this is going to be my last one, and this is like the why I really love law of detachment and how your mind can affect your reality, right? Because law of detachment is really saying that you are worthy and you know you're enough to receive that. Because when you are so attached to something, deep down in your subconscious mind, there is a belief in there that you're not worthy of it, that there's something in there that is stopping you from getting. And I'm telling you this now because I've worked with clients who have been struggling with love, who have just keep repeating this pattern of cheating boyfriends, right? And once they stop, like when I was in their mind and we got whatever shit was out and they realized they just didn't feel worthy enough, within 6 months, she's engaged, she's getting married, she's moving to a different country. He has problems with anxiety, can't leave the house, can't drive anymore from a car accident. One session. he's driving again, he's got a new car, manifesting more money, going on dates again, super confident, going to the gym every day. Everything I put in that recording, he's now doing. So what does this mean? Our mind controls our reality, and when deep down in our subconscious mind we do not believe we are enough, we have this need, we have this want, and that's when your neediness and wantingness is going to affect the law of detachment, because you have a need, you have a want to it. When your mind believes deep down you are worthy, it will happen. It will happen. I'm telling you this now. So if you're struggling that bad, drop me a DM. Let's work together, because your mind is so fucking powerful, and law of detachment will just become something that is already existing within you, because deep down you know, well, I don't even need to think about it because it's already happened. Like, I know my reality is like that. Before I finish up and explain and finish this video, there's one more excerpt from here that I think is very important, and it's just a basically affirmation. Is I am worthy and deserving of all things, therefore I do not need or want, I intend. And when you say this out loud, you get rid of the attachments. You allow things to come in because you intend to have them. There's a difference from needing and wanting to intending to have. That is God. That is the universe. That is your power. You intend to have because you have the power within you. And that is just that.